So, what does prepping have to do with aquaponics? An awful lot. So, I'll get into it here. Kind of explain why I do what I do. But these are some grow towers I'm working on. And here's a link right here for where I got the idea from. So between this how-to on how to make grow towers and mean shoes and massive tomato roots and massive tomato roots for a massive tomato plant grown in his greenhouse, and Bobby, MPH gardener, and his plant it and forget it, hydroponics is just too easy. They kind of paint a pretty clear picture, for those of you who are prepping or for those of you who just don't have a lot of space and are doing some urban gardening. Pretty much the bottom line is, rules apply in some sort of a economic collapse or just high unemployment times. When crime goes up, criminals are all the same. They're going to do the same things. They're going to take what is not theirs. They're going to take what they can. And I don't care how many guns you have. I don't care how many guys you have. There's always going to be someone with more guns or bigger guns or more guys. And if they find out what you have and where it is, they'll take it. They can get to it. You can't keep armed marauders out of your greenhouse. You can't keep people out of your yard. Someone once said, it made an awful lot of sense. He said, how many 6-year-old girls are you going to shoot before you get psychologically unstable enough to even survive yourself mentally afterwards? But the point is, the one place you can secure is your home. You can secure your home. You can secure your basement or your garage. And if you have a basement, a garage, or even a big living room, you can have an aquaponics or a hydroponics setup. So what do they have to do with prepping? I think that point has already made. If you can't get out your house for whatever reason, if there's some sort of a nuclear fallout or, I don't know, the other ideas people are prepping for, volcanoes and ash. If for some reason you can't grow outside or you can't get outside, or someone's ransacked what you have, you can always grow food inside. So the key to growing food inside with hydroponics or aquaponics is space. So unless you've got a massive indoor area that you're growing food in, you need to take advantage of vertical space. And so that's where grow towers come in. So what I'm working on is putting together my grow towers here. And the idea is to grow up. So koi pond's done. Koi down there. Not doing much. Water's pretty cold. I really haven't solved the cold conditions in this particular pond. The water's probably around 50 degrees or so here in the basement. This is, I think this is about my 4th aquaponic system that I'm setting up. So this one's going to be really based on grow towers. I might put a media bed, somewhere over in the corner, or some sort of a raft system. But right now I'm trying to perfect grow towers for myself and my lifestyle and what I like to eat. So here are the first 2 coming together, and I'll certainly keep you guys updated. But just wanted to do a quick video on what does aquaponics and hydroponics have to do with prepping. As long as you got an indoor space. If there's no sunlight, if there's no good soil, if outdoors are just, too violent or whatever the case may be that you don't want to go outside, if the economy is just bad and people are just stealing and robbing and ripping apart, greenhouses, or if you're like my buddy Frozen and you've got 51 degrees outside, negative 51 degrees outside, you can't get outside and grow. You can always grow indoors. So anyway, that's where I see. I enjoy gardening. I find aquaponics exciting. I haven't jumped into hydroponics yet. and I will at some point. But the whole idea is skills. You know, learning to grow food in different ways, in different conditions, in different places, in different size places, just to give yourself those additional skills. Whether there's some sort of doomsday type scenario or not, you know, being able to provide for your family no matter what the conditions are, is the key. And I'm interested in gardening outside. That's the best case scenario. If I can't do that, I'm gonna run things, you know, in what I think is the second best way, which is aquaponics. And so I'm gonna be prepared to do that. And if something happens to the fish, or I don't have fish at the time, or whatever the case may be, then I'm going to grow with hydroponics. So I think it's all about skills. Best case scenario, I'm going to grow outside. Why? Because I think that's the best way to grow food if you've got good soil. Second best way is aquaponics, because that's still a natural, ecosystem. It's a natural cycle of a system. And if I can't do either of those, I know real quickly I can start up some hydroponics and still get some food. So then there are those of you who are against pesticides and herbicides and fertilizers. I'm against those things too. I don't like the idea of chemicals on my food, in the ground, or around my food. But guess what? In a worst case scenario, it's better to have food in your belly with a little bit of pesticide and a dab of GMO than to have nothing. So anyway, my 2 cents, what aquaponics has to do with prepping. It's just about knowing skills, having the equipment, and being prepared.